Hey Alex here. So, there was an interesting article passed along to me, and I'm sorry for not reporting on it earlier, where EA's earning conference took place, and the CEO of EA talked about NFT and blockchains, and I want to relate it to Madden. I want to talk about it overall, talk about NFTs a little bit, and my opinion on them here up front. There's a ton, and I apologize, this video is going to get a little heavy on the information and ideas and esoteric BS that we usually go into, but NFT, on a simple level, for those who don't know what they are, non-fungible tokens, basically it's just as simple as like a proof of ownership. That's what it is. It proves that you own something, and how it's done is through basically a digital record, okay? And how the record's kept through math and magic. That's as simple as I'm gonna go. That's as deep as I'm gonna go into how it's kept. But NFTs are ways of showing ownership of property. Like we have this kind of ownership of property in Madden, right? We have our binders and stuff, but these things go away after a couple years, which I know a lot of NFTs are going to go the same way. When these companies shut down, the NFTs are going to go away after a couple years too, which is why people are skeptical investing in them. There's already right off the top, let's talk about the downsides of NFTs. Let's just get that out of the way, the negatives, because we could talk about negatives all day in any technology. It's always there. The boogeyman's always there. But like any piece of technology, you know what? There's always these naysayers. And you know what? It's good to be skeptical, definitely. But like we've seen a lot, like technology that's kind of been poo-pooed by a lot of people, you know, kind of ends up rising up, shanks you in the back. You're in a pool of your own blood, face down in the mud. And then you ask somebody to turn you over. You look up and you realize it was you all along, Brutus. But NFTs, downside, let's run through them. They make the rich richer by giving them more avenues to huck their stuff. Hey, you want an NFT signed by me, Michael Jordan? Here's a digital shoe, digitally signed by, you know, an assistant that he pays like, you know, $20 an hour to do this stuff. But like, hey, you think it's from me, so it's great, sign it. Like, so it copies the high-end art market. It's a very toxic culture to copy. It is what it is. Obviously the environmental prospect of that until we invent fusion power, which I think SimCity said was like 2050-ish. So I'm still looking out for that. It commoditizes culture, digitalizes real life like NBA Top Shots moments did. It turns basically the free nature culture of the internet on its head and turns it into ways of making money off it. But that's what happens when the ad men take over our spaces. But with all that out of the way, okay, NFTs. The future and what could happen. Let's talk about it. Andrew Wilson talked about NFT and play to earn. I got one way that I think it's gonna be great for Madden, so stick around for that as I burn through this article a little bit. Play to earn games. Now he's just talking about like maybe new games, right? You know, the crypto kitty stuff where you put in some sort of cryptocurrency, you buy it, you get out this collectible, and then you hope to sell it to another idiot that's gonna pay more for it than you already put in. Now, great. Games are great. Games are all about like you're building economies and stuff and building up and everything. That's been something proven forever. So it could work, okay? And they're gonna think it in the context of games we create. And they say they're still early, obviously. And the live services that we offer. Collectible digital content is gonna play a meaningful part of our future. Now, if you recall, like I just showed off, the collectible portion of this game are the cards in it, right? I can buy and sell these things. I just go over to one, non-powered up. So you know, I'll go over to one that's maybe not powered up, Pouncy right here. And then I could sell them right here. We can already kind of do this in Madden. So like the fact that he's talking about NFTs, I don't think it's necessarily going to be anything with like the auction house, because they hate when we buy and sell a lot of things to each other. Now we have the auction house, we have the trade block, that's great, but like out of games, which is where a lot of these NFTs are sell, right, for cash, right? They don't love when we do it. They put in the terms of service, you can't do it, but we are BAMPs and we do it anyways. I've seen people pay for their college through Rock Bottom Coins.
Rock Bottom Coins is the #1 place to get your Madden coins. If you make coins for my videos, sell them to Rock Bottom. If you're buying, use my code GUTBOX for 10% off.
So it would be interesting. Wait, where'd my face go? Does my face not on this one? It would be interesting if they ended up going the NFT route and allowed us to this. I don't think it's going to be that way because they would lose control over the economy a little bit, and I don't see them wanting to do that for in-game. Now, you could just use them for collectibles, right? A lot of people talk about that. A lot of the use cases you see on the internet for these NFTs, and they got job listings for it, are like basically, hey, uniform collectibles or ways of making your character one way or the other with these NFTs, and now you get to carry them over from. It is what it is, right? That's fine. But like, here's the thing. I don't know, right? Like card art, collectibles they could sell us, right? Like what I've said for years is I want a physical version of a lot of these card arts, right? I want this to be sold. I could buy this off the store. Now they're saying, hey, maybe they can make an NFT of it, and then I could buy the NFT of the card art so I can have it longer than just, a couple years until they shut off the servers. Now that's cool, but that's not anything better than the physical art, right? I've wanted the physical art. I want them to team with Panini to get the physical card art for these guys. So it doesn't show anything there that's better. Now, okay, physical better than digital to get these things for my ownership. That way I can display them, behind me in stream or something. But here's the case for Madden that I think they're gonna do. I think you gotta do it cool. All right. And the issue with EA is oftentimes they design by committee. And I really don't want them to do that. Here's what you need to do. Okay. The only way these NFTs are gonna work in Madden is if they're player created. Because they need to appeal to us in a cool way. Now, when they throw it into committees be like, oh, how are we going to make money off that? You're going to make money off that by more people being into your game. More people want to do this. Now, okay, how are players going to generate NFTs, right? I think there's two ways, with the second one a lot less cool than the first one. Let's talk about the first way, the best way. So MLB The Show, as you know, has super fractors, right? You can parallel them up. They get plus stats. I think for an NFT system to work, when you superfract your card, which is basically get enough stats in it, you play the game enough with the card, it goes up in levels, and then it gets the superfractor. It gets like the special little indication, top level, you're 1 out of 1, you're the first person to do that, or it can be up to like 500 of you, right? Or it can be up to an infinity number of people that do it. But for the NFT, I think when you create a superfractor, I think the first 500 people that do it, there should be something that goes along with it that says, hey, you've just generated an NFT. Go to this site and you can sell that NFT or buy other NFTs, right? So that would provide an absolute in-depth grind for players and a reason to get cards, to grind them, to put them through their paces, to generate that NFT and then sell it for money, right? So it adds I think a phenomenal use case, and I don't know how it's going to work out, right? Because I hope that people just don't, put bots into it and it can bot for it. But that's the downsides of it. And I'm sure, the committee is going to throw all their sorts of downsides at it. But that would be cool, right? If the players were able to generate the NFTs and sell them just for their grinding of the game, that would drive a lot of people seeking riches, that would play the game a lot for that purpose. And it would really reward your hardcore players for playing your games. Okay. The second way is to generate some NFTs whenever they pull the card out of packs, and the first 500 people do that, get an NFT. That's a dumb way. So there you go, right? And then on that superfractor, that NFT, it shows what number you are, and then that way, the quicker you get it done, the more valuable it is, and you sell it, and then people can have that later on. It's like, hey, look at that, I got the 1 out of 500. A superfractor NFT. Now, you could make it unlimited, right? 500 is not a definite number, just a number that I thought would be kind of a cool, limited number of the NFTs out there. I like Top Shot started at 10,000, which blew my mind why people would invest in something that's, 10,000, 20,000 of the same exact non-fungible tokens of a moment that you have no copyright ownership of. So there you go. I think NFTs could work in Madden, right? I don't want to poop on future technology. That's just the idea I came up with. There are many more ideas out there for these things. So while it's easy to say, oh, EA just wants more money, it's obviously true, right? They obviously just want more money. They're going to do them with their play to earn games. But I think the way that they could increase our love of Madden by doing this, by rewarding the grind, because we'd still have to get the card early. It's just still provide plenty of monetary benefit to EA for us to pull packs, grab the cards, and then grind the NFT for the superfractor. I think it works for everybody. I think that would be really cool. Because at the start of the year, I didn't think people would be as interesting to go 1 out of 1 out of the superfractor. It's insane right now in MLB. People love that stuff. And then providing a monetary benefit to it, a flex, an absolute a ginormous flex on the blockchain for it. Please, EA. That's where I think they should go. What do you guys think? Do you guys think NFTs are all awful ideas? Are you poo-pooing it? The same people that said these series of tubes were nothing circa 1991. But there you go. Again, let me know in the comments. I always want to hear good, constructive feedback because this is like the future technology is insane. And I'm excited for it. NFTs, they're here. People are making money off them, so they're gonna stay. It feels like internet circa like 1998, a hugely inflated market. We'll see how much more inflated it gets. Maybe it crashes. Maybe it gets dumber. We don't know. The future is the future. If you knew the future, what are you doing living on this planet? Why don't you have $1 trillion and, you know, chilling with Elon on Mars? That's it. I'm rambling now. Peace. Please subscribe. We're going for 100K this year. Trying to join the One Comic Club. Smile.